I'm DM Sleeper with Campaign Craft, and I'm here to help you craft your campaign. My goal today is to keep you from having boring plot hooks. The adventure can't start until the players pick up something and start doing this, assuming they don't start in medias res. And so your plot hooks are the gateway into adventure. It's the gateway out of town, out of the mundane, out of the boring, into actually doing something exciting. And so if you don't have a plot hook that catches your player's imagination, you need to have a way to get them into the action, and plot hooks are the way to do it. But if they're boring, who's to say they're actually going to pick it up? Maybe starting a business selling potions in town is more exciting to them. Plot hooks can take different forms. Plot hooks can be rumors that they hear. They can be crises that individuals in town are experiencing. Or they can be a bounty on a bounty board. But one way or the other, the plot hook is the start. Here's 3.75 ways to start your adventures off with a bang. First of all, have an air of mystery. Pose a question in the players' minds. For one of my adventures, the players were new members of an adventurers guild, and the different guild mates had the opportunity to choose their assignments. However, the newest members had the last pick. It was a seniority thing. And so as the new members, they got to pick last. And so these epic sounding quests are getting picked left and right. Finally, it gets down to them, and they're left with the chicken quest. It poses a question in their mind. What is the chicken quest? And now, I've also heavily implied that this quest has been on the board for weeks. It's been ignored by all the other party members. But it's posed this question in their mind. Why has this been on the board so long? What is the chicken quest? What was the chicken quest? That's a good question. It's mysterious. Anyway, next, make it sound cool. If the adventure is, we need someone to capture the wyvern that's been harassing the town and tame it and use it to race in our competition. Okay, that's an interesting plot hook. No mystery needed. Cool sounding plot hooks that capture the imagination, make you say, wow, that sounds awesome. Will get the player excited about moving forward with the quest. Now, you have to make sure that you actually follow through on how awesome it is. You can't have it be just a slogfest with basic enemies. That sort of thing kind of feels like out of a middling quest from a mid-2000s video game. But if you make the quest sound cool, make sure the execution is just as cool. But they will jump on to whatever sounds cool. Finally, give them the proper motivation. Plot hooks are like hooks that you go fishing with. The fish won't bite onto that line if there's nothing motivating it to do so. When I say motivation here, what I'm talking about is, well, 3.25, something to love. Maybe there's an NPC that they absolutely adore and they have to rescue them. Maybe they're helping the town. They've helped go from a small fishing village to a bustling town, start their annual festival with a bang. Something that they are connected to emotionally, that they can have a positive feeling towards, be it an NPC or a location or part of their character's backstory, something that they love and they care about and will feed into both the player characters and the player's emotion. Next, something to hate. I had a combination of these two in one of the first campaigns I ran, where I introduced the party to a family that took them in, let them stay the night, and basically helped them out, and gave them directions on the quest that they needed to do for the overarching story. And then I introduced the Darth Vader character, the sub-villain, the bad guy before the big bad evil guy. And his introduction was in the town chapel, surrounded by the corpses of, among other people, the family that had taken the main characters in. From the get-go, I gave the players a reason to hate this guy. Finally, give them something to want. This could be the player characters as motivations, or it could be for the player. One way or the other, dangle a reward in front of them, be it a narratival reward or some sort of cool magic item. Something that will motivate them that they will get to keep or will change the course of the game. Give them something that they want, like a +3 greatsword with a fire rune on it, and say, yeah, you can have that weapon in my case once you bring my crystal back. So to recap, give them a mystery, pose a question in their mind. Make sure it sounds cool and that the execution matches. Give them the proper motivation. Something to love, something to hate, and something to want. And I guarantee you that will help you craft a start to your campaign.